water all over? Huh? Good thing I can't smell anything right now because I know you smell Bucky. Hey, Poke. Hi, Pokey. It's almost full. Getting there. Saying hi, Hero? Hey, Snowy. Hey, girls. Time to fill your water up. Alright. Now you can get something to drink. Man, someone went through a major molt. Huh? So many feathers. Oliver, did you come see me? Did you come say hi? Yeah? You guys come say hi? I didn't get you any grain, I just got you water. Should I give you some grain too? Maybe in a minute, okay? Hey, Jet. Hey, Jet. How are you doing, girl? No. No, you don't get to come in here. No. I don't want you in here. All right, I'm coming out. Hello, fiber friends. Welcome to the 4th podcast of Sweet Mountain Crafts. I am Carista, and I'm here to talk about all my loves of fiber, whether it's knitting or crocheting, spinning, weaving, dyeing yarn, dyeing fiber, whatever it may be. So welcome. I can be found online at sweetmountaincrafts.com is my website. On Instagram, I'm Sweet Mountain Crafts. I'm also Sweet Mountain Fiber and Sweet Mountain Mohair, and I'll be talking a little bit about each of those today. I have lots of things that have been happening just in the last little bit. I'm trying to podcast every 2 weeks. Today's December 2nd. Hopefully this video will go up either tomorrow or Saturday, depending on when I get a chance to edit. But primarily the biggest thing is that we did end up getting sick with COVID. So my whole household was down for about a week. Thankfully it was over Thanksgiving, so it was during holiday time. So we didn't have work or great expectations of our time. It was a little disappointing to not have taste or smell over Thanksgiving, but that's okay. At this point, I have some taste, I have no smell, which is a little bizarre, but I know that a lot of people say that takes a little bit of time to get past. So I do apologize if my voice is a little bit froggy. I'm still recovering. I'm past my quarantine period, but I think I'll have a little bit of just throat and actually ears. My ears seem plugged a lot, so there will be a little bit of recovery time here. So I apologize if I sound a little hoarse today. All right, first of all, what am I wearing? I am wearing the Equinox Shawl by Dole Valley Girl Knits. This was a fun pattern that Lisa put out for a single skein, and I really wanted to use one of my gradient skeins, so this is knit using a skein similar to this, which is my Ski Day gradient, and it is on Supersocke, which is a 2-ply yarn. The great thing about this is that it gives the appearance of being multiple different minis, but it's just one continuous skein, so there's no ends other than the beginning and the end of the skein to weave in. There's no little fiddly ends throughout the process. So this is a fun yarn. I don't do a lot of gradients. My shop's a little bit low on them right now, but I do have some available. They're fun to dye. I just don't always get to them because they take extra labor, kind of like self-striping yarn. And really this is just really large self-striping. So all right, keeping me accountable. While I've been down and not feeling like doing a ton of work, I have had an opportunity to work like crazy on my shawlography shawl. So I'm not done yet. I still have a little ways to go, but I've been working very diligently and accomplishing a lot with it, which is exciting because initially I was thinking that this might extend into the new year, but then when I had this period of rest, I decided to just really focus on one thing that would be something easy enough for me to do that wouldn't take a whole lot of effort and allow me to just sit and get through some of the tougher days with COVID. So this is where I'm at. Here, this is obviously the bottom. I'm holding at the top here. This would be the start of it here. So I am almost through, let's see. I am on clue 3. Yes, on clue 3, because I did get through the bobbles and the wedges on the side are part of clue 2. And there was a lot of knitting, but this type of knitting was just exactly what I needed while I wasn't feeling well. It was simple, straightforward. So I was able to get quite a bit done that way, just when I wasn't feeling the best. I have just a few more rows to do on the brioche section, and then I'll be doing the crisscross stitches. And then after that, I'll be doing the final border, the edge, which I'm debating. At this point, having seen a lot of them, I'm not sure I love the big chunks of the wider striping. So I think I might do the intermixed, where you do kind of almost like a fade look on that. We'll see. As I get closer, I may just stick with the pattern exactly, but we'll see. On this brioche section, I did want to say that I am doing a double Dutch brioche. So at least that's what I've heard it called. I don't know if that's the official name. But a number of years ago, when my kids were still just babies actually, I learned double Dutch brioche through watching online tutorials. And it's been so long ago now, I apologize, I'm not sure who I watched. But it allows me to do these sections of brioche doing both colors at once. So I work on the original pattern. It says to work row 3 with one color and then work row 3 again with the second color. And I don't do it that way. I just knit with both colors going across, holding one in each hand. So it's almost a little bit, it has a feel of working like a colorwork sweater for me. But anyway, so yeah, it's going well. I hope to have this done by the next podcast. That's my goal. If I can continue to stay focused, we'll see, because this time of year, it can be a little bit difficult since there's so many great projects, so many fun Advent projects specifically to work on. All right, another project that I'm getting ready to cast on is my next pair of socks. This is a gift pair of socks that I'm doing. These are online Supersocke, and the color information and everything will be in the show notes. But yes, these are the next one to go on my needles. By the next podcast, again, hopefully I'll have quite a bit done with these, moving forward with those socks. Another Another project that I'm looking forward to getting started on is one that I had shown previously. I believe I'd shown the fibers for this, but I'm looking forward to doing another art yarn spin, specifically with some Christmas colors. So in this bag here, I have the main fiber, which is a Corriedale fiber dyed by the Woolly Cabin. I'm not sure, she was going out of business, so I don't know if she has anything left, but she had some beautiful fibers that I picked up as she was starting to close up her shop, and this one is very Christmassy. It's called, let's see, Cabin Christmas, and again, like I say, this is by the Woolly Cabin. So I'm excited to spin this up. It's been on my mind a lot recently. I have some other goodies in the bag to go with it. I have some locks and some lace, some bias tape, some ribbon, some fun things that I'm looking forward to throwing in with this, along with this golden sparkle crochet cotton. So I'll be adding those in. I'm not sure if I have enough of this to auto wrap, so we'll see. I might try an auto wrap on this, but I'm not sure. Auto wrapping is where, as you spin the fiber, you allow the thread to just wrap on its own, and it adds to the fiber without a lot of control, I guess. You allow it to just kind of do its own thing. But yeah, that's coming up on my spinning wheel here soon, so that'll be fun. Another project that I'm working on that is kind of fun right now with my children, I decided to work on a plastic canvas village. So I did plastic canvas when I was a kid. It's just simple, fun needlepoint that's pretty straightforward because the canvas itself is decently large squares, and so it allows for easily finding and calculating and all that. And I had seen in the Herrschner's catalog, I'd seen this really cute Christmas village last year, and I thought it'd be fun to take out a shelf, or like a row of books on our bookshelf, and put in this little village with lights and stuff and have kind of our own little Christmas village. I don't have, I'm not a collector of the ceramic villages, so I thought this would be kind of a fun way to put up a Christmas village. So my kids have started, my two youngest I should say, while they're working on school, just listening to assignments or listening. We do a read aloud time in the morning every day, so while they're listening to me, sometimes they'll be working, but they're a little bit further along on some of theirs, and I should probably show some of theirs off. Maybe I'll insert a couple pictures here of where they're at. But this is where I'm at on mine. So I have just started. This is going to be the church, and you can see this is a side piece. That's the back. This is going to be the front door. I'll get the door on there here soon. And then there's a steeple that goes on top. So I'm not too far along, or too far away, I should say, from finishing this church. Again, this was something that during our period of rest, it was so simple and straightforward that I was able to just sit when I just didn't feel like doing anything else. I could sit and sew on the plastic canvas. We'll see. I don't anticipate there's, again, I'll put in a picture of the completed village from Herrschner's. I don't anticipate completing this whole village this Christmas season, but at least we'll get it started and then slowly add to it over the course of the years. We'll see. I mean, maybe in a couple years of sewing we could get it done and get it up on our bookcase. In the meantime, the few pieces that we do get done this year will probably just sit around on the bookcase. I won't try to create the village scene, but we'll see. We'll see what we get done. So that's kind of a fun little side project, something that certainly brings back memories from my childhood. All right, another project that I'm getting ready to start. As soon as I cast off shawlography, I want to completely finish that before I cast on this next project. I've caked up the yarn and it's waiting for me. So my next project is the Comfort Fade Cardi. This is going to be done along with the Unsafe Space knitters, and we are all working together on this knit along. So this is the Comfort Fade Cardigan by Andrea Mowry, and it's something that I have had this yarn sitting aside for quite a while. I dyed the yarn back at the beginning of 2020 during the lockdowns when we weren't going much of anywhere. I dyed up these colors. So these are my Daily Blessings line, and I hope you can see, here's a fun stack of cake. I hope to bring these colors back. It's more a matter of time than anything, but they are definitely colors that I enjoy. So there's actually a fifth color, but because the Comfort Fade Cardi only works with 4, these are the 4 colors that I'm working with. The fifth color is more of a cream with speckles, so it's more lightly speckled. But you can see with each of these, this is the most saturated. This has both the browns and the blues with speckles throughout. This one is mostly blue speckles and then some additional speckles on it. And then this is more brown with speckles. So anyway, I'm looking forward to casting on the Comfort Fade Cardi. That knit along began December 1st. So some people are already getting going, but like I say, I want to get something off the needles before I add something else, because I have plenty of works in progress. And as you guys have seen, if you've been with me since my first podcast or go back and watch, I suggested that I was going to have some other sweaters I was going to finish, and I haven't done those yet either. So my goal is in this next month, we'll see if I can get some things off the needles. I need to move on and get further along with some other things. So I am really, really bad about getting into a project, getting started with it, and then getting easily distracted and getting something else started. And I always go back, I always finish, but it does take me that period of time to get it started, go, okay, this is fun, what else? And then I set it aside, start another project, new shiny, and then eventually I have to get myself back on track, go back and finish, and move on. So anyway, yes, that's my Comfort Fade Cardi. Oh, woohoo, I made it. So while I did get a lot of time to just sit and rest and spent a lot of time knitting, I didn't finish anything between the last podcast and this one, mostly because I was super busy. First off, I was super busy. I told you guys that I was going to a craft fair, and I accomplished that and got that all done. And then I was also working on finishing up some custom dyes and some orders that I had to get taken care of. And so I really wasn't knitting a whole lot until I got sick. And then when I got sick, that's when I sat and did a lot of dedicated knitting. And you guys already saw what I did with that, with my shawlography. But I did get one finished object done. So here is my pair of basic socks. This is not any special pattern. This is the online Supersocke. These are a gift knit. They're 60 stitches around with on a 2.25 millimeter or a US size 1 Chiaogu needle. I did at the top here, I did a 2x1 rib, so 2 knit stitches, 1 purl. And like I say, these are gift knit, so I won't say who for just now, but yeah, that was a good feeling to get at least one. Well, this is actually the 3rd pair of gift knit socks off the needles. So I'll be putting those away, and like I showed you a little bit earlier, I've got my yarn picked out for the next pair that'll be on the needles here within the next couple days likely. Alright, so that was my only finished object to share with you, but that's okay. Now I'm going to show you, thanks for the encouragement, some of my acquisitions. So first of all, I had mentioned on my last podcast that I received, or I purchased a yarn from Cedar Hill Farm. That was one of their Teeswater Corriedale crosses, and it's a bit rough on the skin. So I decided that I wanted to make a warm, cozy sweater out of it. This will probably be kind of like a throw-on around the house sweater. But in order to soften it up a little bit, I decided I was going to put it along with some alpaca yarn that I had. So I just took the two and loosely plied them. So I did take the two different skeins, I made them into cakes, and then from there I plied them on my wheel. And like I say, the ply is quite loose, but it just makes it where while I'm knitting, the yarns are already doubled, so I won't have to hold them double while I'm actively knitting. I don't have a specific project in mind yet for this. It'll probably be a cardigan, something like I say that I can just throw on around the house, but I'm looking forward to knitting with it. And with that gray and the fuchsia in there mixed together will create a nice marled effect on the finished sweater. So that's something that while I'm working on getting the yarn ready for it, it won't go on the needles probably until next year sometime. So it's just waiting for me. Another thing I have aspirations for is getting my floor loom up and working and getting some weaving done. So I haven't talked about my loom a whole lot yet just because it's new to me. I have not woven on a floor loom before. This one is still, I took it apart to clean it when I received it. It'd been just in storage by previous owners, so it hadn't been loved on for a while. And so I have it in the house, all cleaned up. All I need to do is put it together and get a warp on there. Because I haven't done that yet, it kind of overwhelms me, and I think I just need to bite the bullet and make it happen. But I've also been rather busy. And there was one point while I wasn't feeling very well that I had this like crazy idea that I was going to go ahead and do a warp and put it on there and just get started. And I did the warp completely wrong. I didn't even get to the loom, and I was like, I don't think my brain's capable of handling this right now. So I had to set it aside, and I'll go back to that here before too long. But on that, there is a very skilled weaver whose name is Astrid, and she calls herself Ewenique Astrid, and she does some incredible weaving. I love watching her Instagram. She's very busy. She's young, and she stays very busy with putting up reels and showing off her work. But she had where she recently listed some bags that she'd made in her shop. So this is one of my recent acquisitions from Astrid, and I love her little tag. It says Be Unique, and it's EWE unique. So that's fun. And she wove this portion of the bag, and then she hand sewed the rest, the canvas bottom, and put a nice zipper in it, and then has it lined as well. And it's just a really adorable bag, and I love watching her. She's so much fun and actually quite inspiring for a young lady to be doing as much as she does. She actually just made a beautiful dress that I love the look of it. She says she's an I Love Lucy fan, and it shows in the dress that she made. But anyway, it's adorable, and I love supporting her and also acquiring a bag to put in my stash. So it's just a little bag. It'll be more for notions, or I might be able to fit a small project in there, but it was cute. Another thing that I recently acquired are these two rainbow rolls from Noro. These are like a pencil roving, so they are very, very small, very fine roving. So here you can see it is not much wider than a strand of yarn, but because it's roving, there's no twist in it, which means that it would, or it has very little twist in it, which means that it could very easily be pulled apart. So it has to be handled gently according to the instructions. Please handle with maximum care. But yes, this is a rainbow roll, and I have it in color 1019, and then this one, this really bright cherry one, is 1021. So I bought these actually on sale at my local yarn shop, Amy at Grand Loop Yarn and Fiber. Said that she had a lot of fun taking 2 of these and just putting a little bit of twist in them on her wheel and then plying them together to make a yarn. So I'm not sure, I may do something similarly, but I had been eyeing them for a while and just thought they looked like they'd be fun to play with. I kind of wonder too if they might be fun for drop spindle, but we'll see. Anyway, this one was kind of Christmassy looking, so that's why I picked up this one in particular. Alright, my camera did something weird there, so I'm going to go back and redo a portion of the podcast here. We'll see if I can remember everything that I was going to include last time. So the next thing that I was mentioning is that I also, during the sale at my local yarn shop, picked up some Stargazer brushed Juniper by Juniper Moon Farms. This is a lovely, super soft yarn that is blown construction, where it has an exterior of nylon, like a tube of nylon, and then blown into it is baby llama in this case, and it is so super soft. So extra fine baby llama, it says, which a baby llama is a cria. So anyway, I bought a sweater's quantity, so I have multiple skeins, and I look forward to making a nice cozy sweater with this. Next, I also did an advent swap with Amber of A Lovely Yarn podcast, and she sent me a couple bags that are super cute themselves, but inside each one are smaller bags with 10-gram minis and other little goodies and treats throughout. So she and I we agreed to do 25 10-gram minis to each other with other goodies thrown in, and I've been opening mine and showing them on my Sweet Mountain Fiber Instagram stories. And then unfortunately hers has taken a little bit longer to get to her, so I'm hoping that she gets it and enjoys it here soon, because it's discouraging to do a swap and then have it not show up when you are anticipating it. So yes, hopefully she'll get hers soon. Sorry, Amber. Alright, a little bit of shop talk. So as I said, I've been rather busy with getting some custom orders done, some dyeing for the local yarn store here, and finishing up my craft fair that I did a couple weekends ago, and then just taking it easy really. But one of the fun things that I've been doing quite a bit of is dyeing custom mohair cinch cord orders. So for those of you that don't know, I also dye mohair cinch cord, and this is an 8-ply cord that is used by horse tack weavers to weave cinches, breast collars, nose bands, halters. It can be used for guitar straps and purse straps or dog collars. They weave it for all different kinds of things, and anyway, you can see I've been busy. These are just some of the colorways that I have on the mohair. It is a coarse mohair, so like an adult mohair. It's not something that I would want to wear next to skin, but because it's a natural fiber for horses, it is gentler on them and doesn't wear like a nylon cord would. Sometimes cotton cord is used as well, or alpaca, but I primarily dye the mohair. So it's kind of a unique, because it's an 8-ply construction, it's unique in that the color doesn't always saturate to the middle of the cord. If you open up the fibers, you can see some of the natural fiber on the interior of the cord, but it just takes a little bit more work and time to get those colors on there the way that I want them to be. And because it's not a superwash fiber, again, it has to be handled at a little bit higher temperature in order for the fibers to take the color, take the dye well. But it's very fun to do, and I enjoy working with my cinch cord customers. I have a number of them all over the country that I enjoy working with. So I've also been working on a fun project with Murder Knits, Tabitha, and she was starting to read aloud the Chronicles of Narnia with her daughter, and I just finished up reading aloud to my 2 younger children the Chronicles of Narnia. And so I'm working currently on a set that will be a Narnia themed set. These are going to be on worsted weight at this point, and the hope is that she's hoping to knit her daughter a blanket with it. But there are 7 books in the series, and so I'm working on seven different colorways, each inspired by the book that it is based on. And I'm having so much fun with that. It's been a lot of fun to dream up what am I going to do that ties them together so that they look cohesive, but at the same time makes them each unique. The stories are so fantastical that there's lots to consider in the incorporation of them, but I'm having lots of fun with it. Another thing that you guys have been aware that I was trying to run is a game called Match That Yarn, and I have not forgotten it. It has been put on the very back burner while I was sick and busy with some other things, but my hope is to bring that back. My family and I went through and chose the 12 photos that are going to be my inspiration for yarn dyeing, and the next step is for me to get that done. So within the next couple weeks here, my goal is to get those yarns dyed. I will then post a photo of the yarn next to the inspiration photo on my blog online, and then you guys will get a chance to vote, and there will be prizes to be won, and just lots of fun with that. I'm looking forward to getting that dyeing done as well, because it's just, I love being newly inspired by things and trying to come up with how am I going to make this read into the yarn that I'm trying to create, inspired by various things. So that's going to be lots of fun and something I'm looking forward to starting here soon. Let's see, I think that's all shop talk right now. So till next time, some podcasts that I've been watching. I have been enjoying watching Cozy Meadow Knits. She's a new podcaster that is just getting started, the same as me, and so it's been fun to see her getting going in the podcasting world. And she has a family that she talks about knitting for her kids and just keeping up with their schedules. So she's a busy mom like me, and I can just relate to her quite a bit. So I've been enjoying watching her. I've also enjoyed watching Nikki of Sheep and Cheerful. I've been watching Nikki for a year or more now, and I just enjoy her pleasant demeanor, and it's fun to just see she laughs easily at herself, and it's just fun to see what projects she's working on. She always chooses very, very happy projects and very fun things. I also enjoy watching the Ollie and Bella podcast with Cherie, and getting to see some of the fun things that she has going on. She's at a busy stage of life with little ones, but it's fun to see what she's doing. And actually, Nikki and Cherie both are doing Vlogmas, so not that I'll be able to keep up watching those, but it's fun to watch them when I get an opportunity to. So until next time, I'm also reading continuing to read the Brothers Karamazov, and then I have a winter story that I thought it'd be fun to pick up and read. This is Crimson Snow by Jeanne Dams, and it's a Hilda Johansson mystery. So I don't know this story at all, but it has received the Agatha Award, and makes me think that it's probably in the lines of an Agatha Christie novel or a Dorothy Sayers mystery. So I'm looking forward to reading that, especially since it's winter themed. I set this aside last year thinking, oh, that might be a fun one to read just on my downtime through the winter. Let's see. Oh, I know. One more thing. There's a giveaway. So I am going to host a giveaway here on my podcast for one set of the yarns that I dyed for my Christmas cash kit. So these are a DK weight yarn. They're non-superwash wool from Wyoming. They're Targhee wool, and they are so super soft. I use them to design a crochet shawl, and Lisa of Dole Valley Girl Knits designed a knit shawl using the 12 mini skeins. They're 20 gram skeins, and I'm not going to show them off here just yet because the individuals that purchased my cash kits may still just be opening them one day at a time, or wanting to keep it a surprise. So I'm not going to show the prize right here. You can have the opportunity to win a set. So this is not a Christmas cash kit. The winner will not be receiving a completed kit, but it will be this set of yarn. So I have another set available that I'd like to share with one of you. If you're interested, please comment below with something that you're enjoying doing during this Advent season, something that you enjoy during the holidays as you look forward to the coming of Christmas. So pop your comment down below. All comments will be included in the drawing, and I will be contacting the winner by the time I do my next podcast. So I'm just going to leave this open just for the next couple weeks, and if you're the lucky winner, I'll make sure to comment below your comment in order to make sure that you are alerted to the fact that you've won, and then I'll ship this out to you. Feel free to share this giveaway with whomever might be interested, and they can also join along. So I think that's all for today. I'm going to say goodbye now. You can tell my voice has probably gotten a little bit weaker through the course of this, just, again, getting over being sick, right? But anyway, thanks for stopping by. I'm so glad that you took the time to listen today and just spend some time with me. And I hope that you like and subscribe and continue to share with others. And in the meantime, have a great holiday season, and we'll see you soon. Bye. Let's see what we can do. Let's not look at the mic.